what a beautiful day. Hey, it's me, Pumpking, the king of grave ghosts.
Oh my god, Pumpking!
Hey, I need you to play my deck with my awesome new cards.
Of course, Pumpking, I'd be honored to. What do you bring to the table?
500 main deck bricks. So, despite what you may think from watching that intro, I actually really do like the new Pumpkin cards. It just happens that they're kind of frustrating in this unique way where I love them and I like brewing with them, but it has also been the most infuriating experience I've ever had trying to build a deck. Specifically trying to build a deck that is competitive playable and not Genesis. Because you could just play this in Genesis and it'd be correct. But if you're not playing it in Genesis, trying to play this deck in advance is extremely frustrating and just, honestly, at points, it's not even worth the trouble. When the cards first got revealed, I spent like 100 hours testing just so many versions of the deck. And in this video, I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the different versions, different things I tried to do with this deck, and just what I've ultimately settled on as my preferred way to play the deck, and how I got third at Blazing Dominion Sneak Peek playing that version of Pumpkin. So I hope you guys enjoy, and Pumpkin, please forgive me for brutally murdering you and throwing you into my dumpster. So, the biggest issue with Pumpkin is the fact that he's built entirely off of not only being a retrain of himself, but being a retrain of this fucking card. Call the Haunted is a card that I'm sure was busted, like... actually, was it even good when it came out? I don't know. I don't think I was born. It's Monster Reborn, but you have to wait a turn, which is bad. Which is just inherently bad for modern Yu-Gi-Oh! It's too slow, it's a trap card, and before Pumpkin, it wasn't searchable. So, like, what was the point? What was the use case of Call of the Haunted before this? Nothing. So, in trying to retrain Pumpkin, they also tried to retrain at least ways to get to Call the Haunted. So Pumpkin himself, I'll throw him up on screen, but I will also have him here. Pumpkin reveals himself in hand, sets a Call of the Haunted that can be activated this turn, and discards a card in your hand, usually Pumpkin. Then if he's special summoned, he specials any level 6 zombie from deck. That's it. That's pretty good, right? You know, you get a Call the Haunted that can be activated on first turn. You special any level 6 zombie. Surely there's good level 6 zombies. There are not good level 6 zombies. In fact, the best target, and really your only target unless you're trying to play Vendread, is Changshi, the Spiridao, who has a really good effect. I won't lie to you. Slow speed. Send any zombie from your deck to your grave. That's good, right? Zombies want to be in the graveyard, right? So that means surely 100% that Shang-Chi sending any zombie to the deck after being special with Pumpkin is good. It's not good. And I really wish it was good. And it's just because zombies by themselves and inherently as a deck have never had a good one card. They just haven't. So the ability to send any zombie doesn't really do much when zombies themselves suck. When they suck huge wiener. When they're so bad that printing an effect that lets you send any one of them from deck to grave in the archetype that wants to be in grave is not busted. It's not broken out the window. So why? Why isn't it good? Why isn't Pumpkin Call the Haunted turn 1 into Changshi send any zombie? Why isn't that good? It's because the archetype around them sucks. So that means Call the Haunted as a card already sucks. That means then the card that then searches Call the Haunted and sets it and lets you activate it, that then lets you reborn the card that gets you the card that should do everything, has no good targets. And that is the biggest issue with this loop. Now, what do we do about that? How do we make this good then? I had quite a few ideas. I had a lot of different attempts at what I thought could maybe make it good. I tried playing Horus with it as a discard engine to get to a rank gate for a negate to protect your Pumpking, or to mill cards and get more zombies engraved to maybe do something with a Mizuki or a Gozuki, or set up some synchro board. But what I quickly learned from playing that version of the deck is one Ash Blossom and any board breaker you instantly lose, and you just shit your pants and you die, and that's it. That's all you could do. Or even better than that, forget the Ash Blossom. They throw it on an evenly match. You literally cannot do anything. There is no card that you can get to off of Pumpking or even a 2-card combo that stops evenly matched. There just isn't, right? At least if you're playing for a zombie pile. So that's what I learned pretty quickly from my Horus version. I tried a Mitsurugi Horus version. Just these different versions of Horus and trying to play with the traditional zombie stuff. There's not a good option, really, to play around everything and play around it consistently. I've seen some versions online that play an Eldritch sub-engine to make a Varudris, which is okay, but you have to play more bricks. You have to play more in your deck that wants to play 3 Call of the Haunted, a field spell that isn't combo, a quick play that isn't combo, a level 6 guy who isn't combo, another level 6 guy who isn't combo. It's too many bricks. It's just, you can't play that version of the deck. The zombie pile with Eldritch and Varudris and the ways to play around evenly and 1 Ash. You can't play those versions without like 10 bricks. Without like a fourth of your deck being cards you don't want to play. So normally what would you do? You'd play like 60 cards. You'd jam a ton of non-engine. You'd play like grass or something, reasoning, play into the milling aspect of this deck. Which is fine, I guess, but then you run into the issues of 60 cards. To try to get over the bricks and make it more consistent by diluting the bricks, you make it more inconsistent because zombies don't have good enough starters to play 60 cards. They just don't. And if you play 60 cards, you try to like grass mill a glow up blooms to search Pumpkin, you're zombie locked. So you don't get to play Varudris anyways. You don't get Varudris, you don't get Lars, you don't get any of your outs to Evenleys, to Regeki, to any board breaker. Forbidden Droplet's pretty bad too, because you then just have 3 Call of the Haunteds in your back row, which are some monster removals, but with like, when I was trying to play this, it was Dracotel format. Who the fuck cares if you can remove 1 monster on board if they're fusioning from deck, popping all your shit, negating, non-targeting all of your shit, and setting 5 back row and passing? It wasn't enough. It wasn't good. There was too many bricks. It wasn't consistent enough. Call of the Haunted pisses me off. The field spell pisses me off. Mammoth, Army of the Haunted, terrible cards. You can't play 60 because you lose for Rudris and Lars. You can't play 40 because you have 10 bricks. It felt like a done deal. I gave up on the deck. So what made me come back? What has brought me back to trying to play Pumpking and trying to make Pumpking good after all this time? Well, in Blazing Dominion, we got this card. Officiator of Doom, Sammy. What does Sammy do? Well, I'm so glad you asked. During the main phase. Is it the main phase? Hold up. Yeah, during the main phase, you can, at quick speed, reborn a zombie from your grave, any zombie from your grave, and then non-target negate a monster effects on field, if you so wish. How does to someone who isn't as engrossed in balls deep in Pumpking as I am, you might be confused. How does that change anything for the deck that plays 3 Call of the Haunted? Can't you reborn shit left and right? You're playing zombies. Can't you Mizuki bring back your mother and your dead grandmother? I'm down. 1. But secondly, what it does is it turns Pumpking into a Pumpking into a 1-card combo that brings back Changshi. Changshi sends Army of the Haunted. I don't have a copy. There's something in my hold up. Pumpkin becomes a 1-card. To Pumpking, special himself. Changshi. I just dropped the card. Hold up. Changshi send Army of the Haunted, which can resummon itself because you've called the Haunted. Then, instead of going into the Pumpking rank 6, you do Changshi plus Pumpking into Sammy. Sammy, detach. Detach Pumpking to reborn Pumpking. Army the Haunted, resummon to make Lars. Now you may be going, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, don't I need to make Pumpking the Great... The fuck's his name? The Great Ghost King to search my field spell, set 3 Call of the Haunted, make Undying Legion? Faye, the combo, the setting 3, the field spell. Why would I ever do that? It's because those cards suck dick and balls. I don't want to play them. Don't play them. Fuck the field spell. Fuck 3 Call of the Haunted. You don't need it. They are a trap. Do not play them. They are bad. They are bricks. They don't actually add very much to your end board. Despite the allure of 3 Call of the Haunted, they don't do enough. So, what are you playing instead? You are playing 2 Call of the Haunted. No field spell. Honest to God, I wish I could play 1 Call of the Haunted. But unfortunately, this rat bastard can't set a Call of the Haunted from hand. Meaning that if you draw a Call of the Haunted, this combo does shit. He can't do anything. Unless you have a way to discard this, you can't activate Pumpkin. You're fucked. So you have to play 2. You have to bare minimum play 2 bricks, which is better than 3, and it's better than the 4 if you're playing the field spell. So if we're not playing for the field spell, and we're playing to make Sammy. My brain just stopped. If we're playing to make Sammy plus Lars as our main end board off of our 1 card, what else are we doing? Because that's 2 points of interaction. There's no way we are playing a deck that only is aiming to do 2 points of interaction, and I'm here claiming it's better than any other version. So let me tell you about it. I am playing this deck with the same mindset as you would play low to the ground Primite Fiendsmith. Primite Fiendsmith is a deck I will glaze to the end of my days. I love that deck. I've played it in Master Duel for 6 million eons. I love it. I love it to death. I love Primite Fiendsmith. The goal with Primite Fiendsmith has never been some crazy combo, some insane 12 negate board. Primite Fiendsmith has always been play a billion hand traps, make a board that's hard to out and is easy to set up and is repeatable. And so when I was looking at Pumpking and looking at this 1 card that has the Revive off Sammy, which is an untargeted negate, which is so beautiful. We needed more negates in this deck. That has ways to, on the follow-up, bounce the Call of the Haunted back to hand so you can redo it, make the rank 6. It reminded me so much of Primite Fiendsmith's end board, of usually Desiree plus Paradise Engrave. 2 points of interaction, repeatable, consistent 1 cards, back it up with hand traps. So this may be big shock. I'm playing Fiendsmith Pumpkins. There's no bridge. There's literally no bridge. I took Fiendsmith Control and I slapped in 9 Pumpkin 1 card combos with 2 bricks. That's what I'm doing. I am aiming to play for Fiendsmith 1 card combo, set up a low low commitment board that is still strong and layered and repeatable, alongside the Pumpkin layered, interactive, low to the ground, repeatable board. And I'm going to put the deck list on screen now. You may be wondering, Faye, what if you only draw 1 engine? What if you only see 1 of them? First off, fuck you. Second off, we are playing about a 50-50 split. We're playing, I think it's 10. I don't know if I correct this if I'm wrong. I can't remember exactly right now. 10 Fiendsmith 1 cards, 10 Pumpking 1 cards. Half your deck is half your deck is 1 card combos. And the other half is 2 bricks, 3, I think, because I ended up playing Vortex, so 3 bricks, we're playing 41, 3 bricks, and 18 non-engine. Non-engine, dude, don't listen to what they tell you, by the way, about KT. Non-engine is really good right now. That's why KT is playing 20, and why it's so strong. Because they can slap 3 non-engine cards at you, and then have 2 1-card combos that are insanely powerful. Now, obviously, this is not as strong as KT's one card combo board. However, it is more repeatable. Kind of a stretch. But that's the idea. That's the idea. I turned it from play 20 bricks for a combo slot board that needs at minimum 2 cards to actually be good, to playing around 2 very strong, repeatable, low to the ground, low investment 1 cards, and 18 non-engine to back it up. And I think genuinely, this is the best way to play Pumpkin. In my opinion, at least for me. I'm sick of bricking. I'm sick of seeing 3 of this card in my hand. I'm sick of seeing the field spell. I'm sick of drawing Mizuki plus Mad Mauler plus fucking Uni Zombie, Call of the Haunted, Call of the Haunted. You don't have to play the bricks. You don't have to play extra bullshit. You don't have to go to 60 cards. You just need to understand what kind of deck you're playing. You have to play control, mid-rangey, high hand trap boards that play around evenly and all of these things by using cards like Desiree, cards like Lars. You make your board hard to break and backed up with 3 non-engine in hand. Get pumping.
Tell me that you don't date smokers. Call me up and tell me that you wish we didn't drink until the sun and we were sober.